got Kevin Lee with me today, the little monster from Monster. Is it Monster Cable or Monster?
Monster Cable is the beginning of our company, but now, because we do more than cables, we call ourselves, of course, Monster.
You guys do everything audio, video. Well, I want to talk about cables right now, and I guess more specifically HDMI cables. Everyone's buying flat panel TVs now, but you know, in many cases, they're not always putting the right cable in, are they?
No, and here's why. You know, HDTV is great, but not all HDTV is created equal. In all the gear, the TVs, the DVD players, and receivers, there are different levels of performance that require different bandwidth of HDMI going through the cable, right? Standard definition, 480p, 720p, 1080p, and beyond that, 8-bit, 16-bit, 60 hertz, 20 hertz. I hope I'm not, you know.
Well, I know this stuff, but I know for the viewers, it's confusing.
It's very confusing. In fact, can I plug a very helpful website real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
There's a website called HDMI.org. Sorry, HDMIinfo.org.
Perfect. Okay.
Where we put Monster, full disclosure, we put all the information there. But we put all information that's totally neutral, there's no Monster propaganda. But all the things in all of our research, we thought consumers need to know about this. So we created that website so consumers can look that up.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's not always created equal. So if you want the best performance possible from the gear you have to buy the cable that can support the right speed. And speeds are in terms of gigabits per second. So there's 2.2 gigabits, there's 4.95 gigabits for 1080p and then beyond. However, when you buy an HDMI cable in a retail store, you can't tell how fast it is.
No, you just want the plug to fit in the right
That's right.
outlet.
But you might not know that you're not getting all the performance possible. So at CES here, Monster announced the only speed-rated HDMI cables. And there's icons there. I don't know if you can see here. There's a little speed rater: standard speed, high speed, advanced high speed, ultra high speed, and of course ultimate high speed. And this particular cable is our M series M1000 HDMI at ultimate high speed. And the best part about this cable is that this cable actually supports 14. The engineer is confusing me every day, but 14 and above gigabits per second. That's more than what you need in any of the electronics that you can buy today.
But future-proofing.
Exactly,
yeah.
Because the HDMI spec has changed like 5 times over the last year and a half or so.
But no one knows that.
No one knows that because the technology keeps on progressing. And people don't mind upgrading the gear, but we know from my experience, they really mind upgrading their cables. They got it wired everywhere,
yeah.
So especially when you do it in the wall. So on some of our higher performance HDMI cables, we said, you know what, if you're going to buy the best Monster HDMI cable, then you shouldn't have to replace it later if your gear gets upgraded. So it comes with a Cable for Life program, meaning if the TV you upgrade or DVD player you might buy, I'm sorry, not DVD, right? Blu-ray, HD DVD, outperforms this cable, we will upgrade your cable for free for the life of the cable.
Very cool. Very cool. So this new rating system obviously got the names, but also has the actual number.
Actual number as well.
Too, so
absolutely.
Very cool. So that way consumers will be able to know which particular cable they should get for their TV.
Absolutely. And it's particularly important. HDMI cables, people, the misconception is that HDMI, the quality of HDMI cable doesn't matter because it's digital, ones and zeros, right? Well, ironically, it's digital signal going over an analog piece of copper.
Yeah.
And it's high frequency. It's higher frequency than what went over RG6 or composite or S or component video. So it's actually a very sensitive signal where even the termination of the conductors to the connector has to be exactly the same length, otherwise there's imperfections. So any influences in quality of the cable construction or termination can ruin the high performance ability of it. And so it's really important that you get that right.
Very cool. I want to look at this thing here now. This is something I'm excited about as well.
Why are you excited about it?
Because if you see the snake pit behind my TV with the 3 million wires, I think you'd understand why. So this is cable management.
This is cable management. So understand, my father started Monster Cable, right, 30 years ago. So I grew up the son of a cable guy, meaning I was a guy 2 in the morning hooking up, rewiring his stereo left and right. This is the product from me. I wish I had this in my childhood. My dad was very particular. He's an audiophile. An audiophile say separate all your audio and video cables from your power lines.
Yeah.
You have to organize it all the time. It's also nice and looks good to me, especially a home theater usually has a wall behind it.
Yeah.
But what about your home office? What does that look like?
Even worse.
Even worse.
Yeah.
And you got all the cables from all your wall warts hanging loose and everything. So I wanted an easy way to organize your cables. My dad came up with the solution, and it's called Cable It. So you take a typical stack of cable here, and this is called a zipper. You open it up, you put this around your cables, right? Pretend they're all kind of plugged in to your components and dressed in here. Then you take the cable wrap.
Just plug it in the end.
You plug it in the end.
Yeah.
And you plug it in the end here. You take it like this, and simply, voila.
It's like a zipper.
It's like a zipper. And of course, to organize right to your different electronics on your desk, you can pull out just like this single length.
See, the problem with a lot of this cable management stuff in the past is like it just doesn't work. Like, have you ever tried stuffing some of those things in those little plastic tubes?
I've tried it all.
I know.
I've tried it all.
This is amazing. And do you have different sizes as well?
Different sizes, different thinner ones and larger ones for more cables, different lengths. You can also cut it with a normal pair of scissors.
Very cool.
It comes in black and it comes in white.
Very cool. Well, where can people find out more information about this, Kevin?
Monstercable.com.
Very cool. Thanks for joining us again.
All right.
Kevin Lee, the little monster from Monster.